Hey, welcome back to another proven sales letter breakdown video. My name is Csaba. I'm the founder of Game of Conversions, and I'm breaking down proven sales letters and sales pages from the best copywriters of all time for 100 days. This is day 61, and I want to break down a sales letter from the legendary Clayton Makepeace, and I want to break down several of his sales letters actually. So this week I'm focusing more on his promos because the day before yesterday was his 1-year death anniversary. So unfortunately, he passed away last year in 2020, but he was definitely one of the greatest copywriters of all time and a great human being altogether. And his copywriting style is definitely super effective, and he mentored many of the newer wave A-list copywriters like David Deutsch, Kim Krause-Schwamm, Carleen Engelcole, Paris Lampropoulos, these superstar copywriters as well. And actually, I definitely recommend that you check out some of my previous videos in this playlist, videos that break down promotions from copywriters who work at Boardroom, because Boardroom was this amazing place where some of the best copywriters alive congregated, and Clayton also had some part of that to my knowledge. But anyway, make sure to check out some of my past videos as well. I'm going to leave a link to the whole playlist below this video in the description section. Check it out. But today, let's focus on this one. And this is a financial promo. So it basically sells a newsletter that helps people with stock picks, financial advice, all that stuff, and how these offers usually work, even to this day, by the way. And this was in 2004, so it's like 18 years old. Or like 17 years old. But how this still works actually is that the company, there's like a guru in the company, and in this case it's I'm gonna show you this guy, and then there's a copywriter who writes the copy itself. So it's not the guru who actually writes the copy, because they're not an expert at copywriting and marketing. They're an expert at what they do in financial advice. And then there's a specific financial newsletter which has like a monthly or yearly subscription price that this guru has, and that's the main product that we offer that people have to buy. But we don't necessarily mention that product early on, but we mention all sorts of free bonuses that people get when they join this paid newsletter. Okay, so that's the main appeal here, and it works even to this day. They're still doing it. Big companies like Agora Financial and all their subsidiaries, they're all doing it, and it's super effective. And Clayton was one of the first copywriters to actually invent this type of promo format. And another good thing that Clayton invented, to my knowledge at least, is that you have the headline and the subhead and things like that, but and this is a magalog, so it's like a magazine, but it's also like a catalog. And you have the headline, the subhead, and you have some very intriguing fascinations, but these fascinations don't sell the product itself, they sell consumption of the magazine itself. So they sell people on going to page 5, going to page 3, page 8, page 6, and once they get to page 5, for example, let's just check it out how it looks like. Page 5, you see, then you get more answers to the given fascination that's happening there on the first page. You get a lot of useful information because people want to read stuff that interests them. People who are in this target audience, probably seniors or people with money, probably more conservative, who want to preserve their wealth, who want to retire with a lot of money, who want to make more money with their wealth, with their investments. They are the people who are interested in these things. And if you can give them honest advice and back it up with proof, and this kind of reads like a dissertation paper, to be honest, seriously. So it's a little bit more marketese, of course, than a pure dissertation, but not so much actually. So it's for the layperson, very easy to understand, very helpful, very useful and valuable to people, and it has pitches as well, but most of it is steak. You know, it's called steak. It means it's content. It's not just sizzle. So that's the best way to get people to read it. So I think I covered this in many of my previous videos before. Again, check them out because there's tons of great stuff in like 60 videos so far, and you can watch it on YouTube for free. So yeah, go ahead and check them out. So let's see this specific promotion, and we're just gonna skim through it because it's 30 pages long. And once again, like some people ask me, Csaba, do I have to make copy long? You don't necessarily have to. It totally depends on the situation, but long copy converts. It still converts even in the days of TikTok and very short form videos. If it's relevant, it converts. If you want to buy something, if you want to buy an iPhone, let's say the newest one, and you're not super rich or something, so those $1,000 that the iPhone costs is like, it's a sizable amount of money for you, then you're gonna read like long form reviews of it. You're gonna watch long form videos of it, how people, you know, review the phone itself, because it's relevant to you. Well, the same thing is true with copy. If this is relevant to some people, they're gonna read it, and then after they read it, they're gonna be like, you know, this makes sense. It's a nice argument. It's emotional as well. So why shouldn't I try this product if the offer itself is good, right? So let's see what's happening here. It goes like this. The Uneasy Investor. So this is kind of like the publication that's happening here. And I already like it because it has a strong emotion. It's uneasy. Like investment is like, it's uncertain in almost every single cases. So the Uneasy Investor, it just connects with people immediately. And then the headline says, invest without fear, even in these anxious times. So it's a bold promise, actually. But it immediately grabs people's attention because people have a lot of fear when they invest. Like, oh, should I buy that stock? Should I not buy it? Will it go up? Will it go down? Should I sell? Should I short? What should I do? And then invest without fear, it taps into a dominant emotion that they have, fear. And then we also have this objection handling element immediately that says, even in these anxious times. So this reminds me actually of the famous headline, do you make these mistakes in English? And I actually broken down that, so check it out. It was around like video 35, 40, something like that. Super famous headline. It's been copied to death, but the thing that made it super effective is these. Like, what do you mean these? The reader is asking. If you said, do you make 5 mistakes in English? People would say, I don't care. But do you make these mistakes? Like, whoa, I want to find out what are these mistakes. And the same is true, like even these anxious times. What exactly are you referring to? Like, I know, you know, there's always scarecrows who are saying that the financial system is going to collapse. And probably most people believe that, especially around 2004, you know, the big financial crash happened in 2008. So this was the beginning of the bubble. Like, people got burned in 2000 when the dot-com crash happened. And after it, you know, the stock market and the real estate market started to go up. So people are, maybe a lot of them started getting afraid, and when's the crash, the next crash is gonna come. And then, you know, this implicitly promises some types of solutions, some types of answers to these fears, even in these anxious times. So, and then we have 5 cool fascinations, which say insulate your wealth now. So I like this because it promises instant results, or even double your money spotting weak stocks before they crash and burn. Page 5 inside. So, boom, there's a big benefit there. Grow richer without fear. Again, it taps into the main headline. And I really like how this image, like a picture is worth 1,000 words in some cases. And this picture just complements this so well, especially with this yellow. It signals something like, oh my God, I'm starting to feel anxious just by looking at it, right? How to find strong stocks that make up to 496.2% profits possible. Like, notice how super specific that is. Like, maybe they calculated, maybe they didn't, but like, it seems real, right? It gives credibility when you use specifics like that. Make up to, he didn't say 500%, he said 496.2%. 25 dogs you must dump now. So by dogs, I mean probably bad stocks, okay? Eliminate the landmines in your portfolio before it's too late. So this taps into a fear once again. 5 times better than CDs, what your banker won't tell you. I don't know exactly what CDs are. but we're gonna check out later. But what your banker won't tell you, this taps into an already existing belief that people have in that, you know, bankers and lawyers and my accountant and Wall Street guys, they're all people who are screwing with me. And there was actually a nice promotion like this. I think it was from Jim Rutz, and I broke it down, but I don't remember exactly, but I think it was from Jim Rutz. And it said 12 smiling swindlers. And he listed 12 different of these professions that most people believe are screwing them over. They were like doctors and lawyers and accountants and tax people and people in the government, you know, all these people that the average person has problems with. So that taps into that fear. Again, very important. You don't want to manufacture new fears or new desires. You just want to tap into their already existing ones. 2 lies that could cost you a bundle. Whoa, specific. Like it's double trouble, right? Like not 1 lie, but 2 lies. Like, whoa, what's the other one? What's the first one? What's the second one? I want to know. Think Wall Street and Main Street have cleaned up their acts? Think again. This is a great bullet formula, by the way. And bonus, I think it was like video number 10 or 17 or something like that in this playlist, in which I broke down one of the most famous bullet writing guides ever, and bullet and fascination guides ever, written by, you guessed it, Clayton Makepeace, okay? Go check out that video, because that little guide, it's like 16 pages long, is the de facto guide, even to this day, on writing killer fascinations and bullets, right? I'm gonna also leave a link below to that and all the other swipe files that you see inside here, so make sure to check it out. But all these things basically just link to things inside the Magalog itself. So you want people to start consuming, because that's the only way for them to buy something. And then check this out. We have an almost like a table of contents. Once again, all these big bullets, these bullets, fascinations, they're kind of interchangeable in this context. They get expanded a little bit. We get even more specifics, like check it out, even more specifics, even more details on what all these things portray, like 2 outrageous lies that Washington and Wall Street still want you to believe, 2 shocking reasons why you still can't trust corporate accounting and earnings reports, or the buy rating some brokers assign to these stocks. Get the essential facts. It's a great fascination, and once again it taps into their already existing belief and fear. But the cool thing about this, and this is something that probably Clayton invented, is that you should put like a table of contents inside your Magalog, because you have multiple entry points now into, like, who knows which of these is super relevant to a specific reader, right? But like at each page, eventually you're gonna have details related to the product itself, or details related to a specific bonus that we're hyping up that comes for free when you buy the newsletter itself, when you buy the product. Okay, so really, really cool thing. And this is the main part that the sales letter itself begins. I'm just gonna read it to you a little bit, not too much, because I don't want to drag this on for too long, but let's see how it goes. This is the lead part of the sales letter. So, the uneasy investor's secret to wealth without worry. Invest without fear even in these anxious times. In this report, the quickest, easiest way to, because, you know, people want quickest and easiest. So the quickest and easiest way to insulate your wealth by spotting weak stocks before they crash and burn. Grow steadily richer by investing confidently in strong stocks that could hand you gains of 215.2%, 301.2%, 408.4%, up to 496.2%. So notice how these are super specific. They have a lot of credibility, and like this promises people in the target audience to both preserve their wealth as well as to grow their wealth. So and it also teases the unique mechanism a little bit, because it says that you should eliminate weak stocks from your portfolio and you should supplement it with like strong stocks. But what are weak stocks? What are strong stocks, right? You got to read it in order to discover this, in order to better qualify this whole situation. So let's see how the real main part of the body begins. So see if this sounds familiar to you. You long to become financially independent, but you're not there yet, and that means you have no choice but to keep your wealth invested. So, like nearly 100 million other Americans, you have money in the stock market. So this little paragraph, it's just relevant info for the target audience. It connects with them where they are right now. Then we continue. You're cautiously optimistic. Nevertheless, you hope that your stocks won't be among those who will be harmed as the Fed continues jacking up interest rates or as the economic recovery falters. You pray that your stocks won't be vulnerable to awakening inflation, rising energy costs, or God forbid, the widely anticipated Al-Qaeda strike before the inauguration in January. So yeah, we are talking about 2004 here, so people were still very much shocked by 9/11. But this whole paragraph hints at like dark clouds gathering. Then we continue. At the same time, you're painfully aware of the well-hidden landmines that may lay in wait for you along the road ahead. You want to trust the big Wall Street bankers who gave you stocks their buy ratings. You hope you can trust the CEOs who oversee your stock's earnings reports. So once again, it's like it making people feel like I'm starting to feel uneasy a little bit. It's like something bad is coming. But still, you have serious lingering doubts. After all, they lied to you before. This is very important. It taps into a very strong frustration that most people have. So it says, after all, they lied to you before, and it cost you. And you know by painful experience that if they're lying again, all it would take is just one more earnings scandal or one more brokerage scandal to wipe away all your recent gains. So some nights you toss and turn. Other nights you can't sleep at all. In times like these, it pays to own only the strongest, safest rated stocks available. The fact is, if you're not worried about the safety of your investments now, you haven't been paying attention. Day by day, the stock market is growing increasingly schizophrenic, with poor companies getting poorer and rich companies getting richer. So how relevant this is even to this day, although today it's even more schizophrenic because like companies who are super poor and don't even have like proper financial results are still getting a lot of money because interest rates are so low. The government is giving they're printing so much money that people just inflate the stock market. That's what happens when interest rates are low and there's no other viable investment option probably for people. And you have like Wealthfront and all these, Robinhood, all these apps that most people start trading in, and then it jacks up the price of Tesla, for example. But this is a conversation for another day. But like, notice how it's very easy to read. It immediately connects with people. Like if you're a target audience like this, it totally makes sense to start reading more and more about this by this Martin D. Weiss, who is like this guy, as I said, because it just connects with people. It starts validating their pre-existing fears and beliefs, okay? And then as we go further and further, the entire sales letter, as I said, becomes kind of like a dissertation. So it gives people a lot of value. It just makes sense, okay? It has a lot of reason why copy. It gives them real, genuine value, okay? And Gary Bencivenga is the one who always said that you should aim to make your advertisement itself valuable. So even if people don't buy, they already got an education, basically, by this. And I'm actually planning on writing a new sales page for myself, for my own consulting services or copywriting services. And I also want to like make it probably a pretty long sales page, like at least a dozen pages, but probably more, because I also want to educate people inside that, okay? I want to give them real world knowledge as well. So who knows, maybe you're going to be the one who reads it eventually, but I don't know when it's going to be ready, but eventually. So anyway, getting back to the promotion itself, we have, great examples here, which just drive the point home, yes. And then we get a little tease for the unique mechanism, which is basically in this sense, it just means that, only the strongest stocks survive. So it's just like evolution. It's like only the strongest survive. Natural selection selects the fittest in a specific environment, and this is what's happening here. In this specific economic environment, these are the stocks that you should buy, and these are the stocks that you should like get rid of. That's the message of this whole thing. And yeah, it's really valuable. You also have charts like these. It even says in times like these, it pays to own only the strongest, safest stocks available. And then, you know, we have the tech-heavy NASDAQ is still down 2/3 from its highs. So what can you do? It's so funny. In these times, probably tech stocks were not safe. I mean, they were small compared to the other big stocks. And look at them today, like 15 years later, 17 years later, tech stocks are the big safe stocks, okay? But even them, they're like, they don't really have that much growth potential anymore. So now you have a completely opposing like investment type of philosophy nowadays. Anyway, we got, you know, introduced to this guy. The first picture that we see from him, he makes a promise. Basically, it's like, hey, I want to double your money. Basically, just trust me. You know, he seems like a professional, nice looking guy, right? And then the sales letter continues. It gives away a lot of value. It just makes sense, you know. It has a lot of numbers. So it says like, more recently, over the last 18 months, 71 S&P 500 stocks have fallen more than 10%. 41 have fallen more than 25%, and 15 stocks have fallen 50% or more. And a staggering 310% NASDAQ stocks have lost 50% of their value or more in the same time period, right? So this was the big, the dot-com bubble. This was the crash, and as you can see, they haven't recovered just yet. Eventually they will, but like it takes a lot of time. I like this, cure the stock market jitters now. It's just so funny. But we get introduced to this guy's mission as well. So it's like we get the why he's trying to help us, and how he even says, my mission is to help you leave worry behind, get excited about your investments again, and I'll do it by helping you. And then we have benefit, and notice he says, let's roll up our sleeves and get started right now with 4 essential steps you can begin taking immediately. So this is kind of the lead itself. I think this entire part is the lead. And the lead is designed for people to like get hooked emotionally and read once again more of the sales letter itself. But notice how we're starting to get real tips. Like step 1, we get like a step-by-step blueprint on how to actually you know, grow your money and make you richer and all these things, okay? It's pretty cool and it's really valuable, and I can't emphasize it enough how important it is to make your advertisement itself valuable. It can be a Facebook ad, a YouTube video, a video sales letter, a sales page, email marketing, 70-80% content, 20-30% pitch, because you're gonna get like better results with this than by just pitching them, okay? It's really important. So we have step 1, you know, we have a bunch of things for step 1, and then notice how we have these little inserts here. And this one, 5 times better than CDs, low risk, high return saving vehicles bankers never tell you about. Notice it sounds similar, no, it sounds like you've heard this before, right? And it's because it's here, like 5 times better than CDs, what your bankers won't tell you. And the reason for this is because, and I think it was once again Clayton Makepeace who came up with this, in that if you have very good fascinations, you can basically expand them into their own little inserts here. Because if they're good fascinations, the best ones actually, people are much more likely to read them. And once again, the more they read, the disproportionately more, like the higher the chance that they're actually buy something. And that's what you want. It's something really powerful. So that's definitely something that you also want to give a try if you're writing a long form sales page, for example, or you just, you know, you want to create an entire sales funnel, and you can create an entire sales funnel from this. Like you have this as the Facebook ad, you know, this little lead, then you have these tips as separate emails, you have this as like pre-launch content or just like an email, and then the pitch itself is going to be promotional emails. That's it. You have a sales funnel for yourself. Congratulations. So we also see more pictures about this guy, and just little quotes from him. And then we have more steps, just content. Step 3, make absolutely sure that every stock you own or are contemplating buying has earned my highest rating. So what's his highest rating, right? You want to read it in order to discover his highest rating. So the ultimate minesweeper for at-risk stock portfolios. This is a great part to highlight a bonus as well. And you see these little free gift dogs to dump right now, an $89 value free. So these are the things that are hyped up as you're getting it for free when you buy the newsletter subscription. And it's not a super expensive newsletter subscription anyway, but like over the course of this promotion, this megalog, we get introduced to more and more of these bonuses. So we have this one, maximum yields with minimum risk. We have this one, dogs to dump right now. We have this one, America's 100 strongest stocks. We have this one, 12 stock market stinkers that could double your money. Okay, interesting. And no more here, but we have more stuff going on here. So let's just continue and make haste, because once again, the video is going to be way too long. But the cool thing is that notice how, once again, you already get tons of value. Like dump these 25 dogs now. Here are just 25 of the stocks listed in your free copy of 1,952 stock market dogs to dump now. If you own any of these low rated stocks, speed dial your broker and sell them right away. So how valuable this is, right? Many people, they're going to start checking their portfolios, whether they have these stocks or not. And by the way, like after like skimming through these, like almost none of them are even remotely familiar to me in 2021. So probably was a good idea to get rid of these. But like this is just a teaser, right? Even this is super valuable, and it can actually produce a lot of wealth in extra returns or by avoiding lost money on the stock market in a lot of people's portfolios. But like this is just the tip of the iceberg. You have 1952 others as well, which you get for free when you buy the subscription. So it's really cool. Send for your free copy of this today, and it makes people much more interested, because if they are afraid of what stocks to dump, this will be the bonus that converts them actually. If they want to like make maximum yields with minimum risk, so they have a very low risk profile, then this will be the bonus that actually gets them, okay? And if they, where's the other one? So this is the first one, this is the second one, the dogs, and then this is the third one, America's 100 strongest stocks. So if we have people who instead are attracted to this idea of strong, just like evolution, like I want to be associated with anything that's strong, then this is the thing that's going to actually convert them. Also, this philosophical question, it taps into that desire. It says, why not own the best? This is a great philosophical question, and people will start associating themselves with it probably. So double your money when the weakest companies fail. This I like because I think it makes people feel like I'm smarter than them, right? And once again, it taps into some type of emotion. But this bonus, 12 stock market stinkers that could double your money. So we have stinker number 1, stinker number 2 with super specifics, even these are super valuable. Like many people would charge real money to like give people these tips, right? But you get it for free, and imagine how better this can be. That you can also get for free. The only thing you have to do is to just send for your free copy. That's the only thing that you want to do, right? So this whole megalog, this whole sales page by Clayton Makepeace is just a masterclass, a full masterclass in advertisement itself and in direct response copywriting. It's really, really, there's a lot of stuff like put into this one, believe me. And then we also get introduced to more and more proof. As we get closer to the pitch, we get introduced to more and more proof. So we have something like offered by Wall Street's biggest brokers. It acts as proof, right? Because Wall Street, biggest brokers, it lends credibility to the whole thing itself. Then obviously under this, or like maybe next to it, because this whole megalog, it's like you can open it up like this, but associating this little proof element with the picture of this person, the guru, once again, subconsciously, it makes people feel more safe when they see him. And notice this little position itself. He does this, which is kind of like, you know, I'm trying to say something very important to you, okay? I'm trying to explain something to you. I think it comes across as something that's powerful. So this is the place where we get introduced to the product itself. It says, to the contrary, if you apply for a half price, risk-free trial membership in my Save Money Investor service, I'll rush you all these profit guides, including 2064 of my coveted WISE stock ratings, completely free of charge. You get. And then we start getting, this is one of the first times when we start getting all the bonuses listed, right? All the bonuses that we pumped up here. And from here on out, you know, we still get a lot of content, but we start to get more and more pitches. So, I mean, in the sense of pitch, I mean reason why copy, and just giving people reasons why they should get this, why they should request for their risk-free trial membership. It has a nice name, right? Risk-free trial membership. Corporate execs will never again lie about earnings. Yeah, right. Notice. So because after this part, we start going into like an us versus them type of mentality, and how, you know, Wall Street and big corporate fat cats are basically trying to screw you over. And this is what the target audience actually believes. So we're just validating it once again. And notice how this taps into that emotion, and it resonates with people, because it says, you know, they promise, just like politicians, all these executives, they will never lie again about their earnings. Yeah, right. Because time after time after time, we hear these big corruption scandals in the news, and people know that, you know, many of these top executives, they're full of shit. And Clayton knows this, and he mentions it, and it's powerful. In the meantime, we get a lot of benefits here, like grow your conservative portfolio faster, get comfortable with your investments again, save money report, all the things that our people care about. Twinkled in, we also find, you know, these us versus them type of things. It's like the second lie Washington and Wall Street want you to believe. Wall Street brokers will never again tell you to buy stocks they know are lousy. Baloney. So once again, you are getting ripped off if you listen to them. So don't listen to them, listen to me, because here's all this research and specifics and credibility and proof that I'm doing here. Once again, another fear-based thing, like stock market risk factors. 11 reasons why you can't afford to own anything but my highest rated stocks now. So you have risk factors, you have a graph, you have, it makes sense. It's just like a court case by a lawyer or something like that. And that's why I think it was David Deutsch, I'm in his Inner Circle program, and he once said that good copywriters, they're just like lawyers. They make a case, they construct the case. And John Colton, he said that good copywriters are like sales detectives. So you're like a detective and a lawyer, and you're just like Batman in a sense. Like you figure stuff out, you're a badass anyway, you know stuff and have access to technology that most people don't have access to because you're so cool. Like it's the same thing when you know copywriting. You get a front view, like a front row seat into understanding how people really believe things, and how they act and how they behave and how they make decisions and how they buy. So you get more risk factors. Look at this, the bonuses again, just listed like this. You get all these things. So eventually, progressively, we get more and more things related to the product, together with proof elements and like still content, but more and more things related to the products. We have once again another big risk factor. People are afraid of risks, right? The entire investment community and world is about risk, and people still want to minimize the risks while still getting a good enough return. And this is what this is tapping into. So this part, it's a lot to read right now, so it's totally okay if you won't read it. The important thing here is that, you know, we're starting to get more future pacing things as well. It's like how your experience is going to be after owning this product, you know, how your life is going to be like after you buy this product, after you put it into action. You know, once again, we have the picture of this guy, benefits, risk factors. So we alternate between a bunch of benefits that you might achieve, how your life is going to look like after you buy the product, more info about the product itself, proof elements, and also these risk factors. These are pure content based. So these are content, and the rest is basically all the features and benefits of the product itself. Okay. So then we get to the coolest bonus ever, the Wise stock ratings, the investment tool for all seasons. So people want this. There's actually a portfolio called, it's from Ray Dalio. It's called All Season Portfolio or All Weather Portfolio, because people like these things. They want to have consistency in their money matters, right? That's why it's so hard to be a freelancer, because sometimes you have these feast and famine cycles. Ask me how I know. Yeah, right. So gains up to 496% possible. Once again, it's a strong promise. It's a strong benefit. It pays to look before you leap. So yeah, basically all through this whole second, third part of the sales letter itself, it's talking about the product, how it's better. It's basically pitching it. It's showcasing all the benefits with content elements here, and then the same thing goes on. You also get the bonuses, like the bonuses are mentioned several times. Their value is built up a lot, and then towards the end, as we really get close to the pitch itself, we start to get more testimonials. So these are like straight up testimonials. Like notice here you have proof elements like emergency profit guide number 3, gold bonanza. You know, I'm gonna save you money and help you make money, and you're gonna get this and that and everything. So this is the promise, but then you need proof to back it up, and this is proof element here. So check this out: $5,000 in new profits and savings, or I'll rush you a full refund. Like, whoa, talk about a strong promise, right? Like, how could people not take this up? Because like, how could they lose something? Then we have, as you know, the pitch itself is starting to become more aggressive. The proof is also becoming more and more aggressive. So look at this. This is like, what more proof do you want? Like when Dr. Wise speaks, Washington and Wall Street listen. And you have several mini case studies of when he said something. He was featured on TV and national television, and you know, companies or even like Washington and Wall Street, you know, they did something because of that. We have more media praises. Here we have the pitch, and here we have proof. It's as simple as that. You have to back your promises up with proof, but you have to like achieve that little fine line of making a strong enough promise, but like backing it up with enough proof so that people don't think that it's baloney or it's bullshit. You have more bonuses here. You get free access to a website as well, and free access to like urgent flash alerts as well. But you gotta get the subscription itself. You get all these cool things free. You also get like a fast action bonus. So there's so much things going on here. It's impossible for me to like break down every single thing, because I could spend a day, like an entire day, just breaking these things down. Maybe, I don't know, eventually I'll create a product or something, or like when the world returns to normal, maybe I'm gonna create a live event eventually where all we're gonna do is break down these things. Probably it's not gonna sell well, but who knows. But we can still create a longer event to break down your sales pages, you know, line by line, and make sure that they become conversion monsters. But you have to apply the same principles that Clayton Makepeace applied here. Like, if you want to have a high converting sales page or sales letter, you gotta implement the same principles. Like, now I'm not saying that you have to make it just like this, or you have to be so extremely high level like Clayton is here. You can get away with being 1/10 as good as he is, but you still have to use the key principles. It's really important. So here and on this page, and we're getting closer to the end, almost there. You get $1,361 worth of free gifts and discounts just for joining me in the Save Money Investor Service. You get this and this and this, and you get all these other bonuses. You save with the subscription, you get the website, you get the alerts, and you get it like risk-free. You have a money-back guarantee as well. And check this out. The Save Money Investor Service is guaranteed to save you or make you an absolute minimum of $5,000 extra in the next 12 months, or it's free. So that's a promise there. That's an irresistible offer, a bold risk reversal that knock people off the fence. And after reading something like this, they're gonna feel like, I mean, I can't lose with this, right? I get all these things for free. Like, check this out. I like the design as well. It's so like free, and you can request for it. And even if you don't like it, you get your money back and you have like a 1-year money back guarantee. And there's also like a tied monetary benefit there. If you don't make an extra $5,000, it's crazy. So you also have the fast action bonus, and then this little order form. It's called free gift certificate. It's way better to call it than order form, or like risk-free trial certificate. Sometimes it's also called like that. But like, check it out. It's already, like, you've seen this before if you've seen some of my previous videos. If not, I definitely recommend you check them out. But if you're new here, just know that this is pre-checked, because there's a lot of psychology that goes into it, but it just makes people more likely to click this. And we have 2 offers just to maximize average order value, because then the company can spend more money on ads and acquire customers at a higher cost, which is good for them. So we have best offer and we have the great offer. So obviously we have this one, but we have the best one. Actually, this is the best one and this is the great one. So both are okay, but like this obviously gives the most things. And notice how this is under the Yes Dr. Wives, help me invest without fear and grab profits of up to 300% and more in these anxious times. So it's a first-person call to action. These things are proven. They're super effective. You have all these little trust signals as well. And this is just a little insert, I think, that just gets attention so that people actually read the Magalog, more of it itself, cure the stock market jitters now. It's really cute, but it's super effective. So yeah, one more great promo from the legendary Clayton Makepeace. I want to honor his legacy, so that's why I'm going to break down like 2 more of his works. I'm maybe going to try to break down something that isn't like a Magalog, because I've done a lot of Magalogs lately. But yeah, this is how super high level financial copywriting looks like. Even to this day, this is how it looks like. And it might seem like an unsurmountable obstacle for you to write something like this if you're a copywriter and you're watching this, but everybody started on the bottom, okay? It's definitely intimidating, but just don't compare your first draft with Clayton Makepeace's 18th draft, because you better believe that this wasn't his first draft, okay? Things like these are monsters. These takes months, maybe years sometimes, to write and put together. They have to like go through legal reviews as well, and good copywriters, they edit without mercy. They edit into the awesome, and a lot of the copywriting magic happens during editing itself. So thank you so much for watching this. I really appreciate it. If you did, then please like the video itself, because these videos, I want to make them go viral, to be honest, in the sense that there's not a good content library like this, especially on YouTube, for free. People charge a lot of money for these, and if it gets to more and more copywriters, it can change more and more lives, and we can elevate the quality of the entire profession itself, not just in the United States, but in Europe as well. And I'm actually based in Budapest, Hungary. I'm a Hungarian, by the way. English isn't even my native language. And, you know, I see how local companies have no idea about direct response marketing and copywriting. And eventually, hopefully, maybe more and more companies can get a great insight into direct response marketing with these types of things. So thank you so much for watching. Once again, click the like the video below, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and also share this video with other like-minded people, because it definitely helps out a ton. And also leave a comment below with your number one takeaway, because I love reading your comments and I respond to every single one of them. So thank you so much, really appreciate it, and see you in the next one.